Morning. Good morning, everyone. Whew. All right, I am pulling out the driveway because it is that time. It's going to be a very long day today. I have clients all day until 8 o'clock, and I have a couple of breaks in there. One of those breaks, I'm going to try to eat something, and the other break, I'm going to try to nap or meditate. And so I just wanted to chat a little bit about something that I have seen the entire time that I've been coaching folks, and something that continues to be an issue. If you don't know this about me by now, good morning. I do not take kindly to the victim mentality. I do not enjoy people with the victim mentality. It goes against everything that I believe. Everything that I believe. And I don't know if that's because I was born in 1968. I was raised in a different time, very different time. I'm going to attribute it to that. I'm going to attribute it to the people that raised me. I'm going to attribute it to, being a very, there's so many things I can attribute that to. But I don't do well with the victim mindset. I don't do well with the victim mentality. And that is what greatly determines the people who continue to work with me and the people who don't. I'm just going to be honest. There are a whole lot of people that when they hear me talk about that victim mentality, they like, nope, I can't go to her and cry about my baby daddy or cry about my ex, or I can't go to her and cry about, white folks or the man or the system or the government. Nope, you really can't. You really can't. It ain't going to be as fun as you think it's going to be, because I don't do the victim mentality. I don't. And I'm not going to keep you in that space either. I truly believe, like I believe there is a God. Like I believe his son came down here and walked this earth and died for all of our sins and is coming back and is coming back. That's how I believe in what I'm saying. That every person has sovereignty over their life. Every person has potential to be, do, and have the things that they want to be, do, and have. Every person. I don't care who you was born to, what time you were born in. I don't care what you had to overcome. I don't care how hard it was. Y'all not gonna convince me otherwise. You're not gonna convince me. There are people in this world, y'all, who were born without legs, born without arms, and yet they are public speakers. They have, the one guy, I'm trying to remember his name, has a YouTube channel with over 1 million followers. He writes books. He's a public speaker. This guy swims. This guy was born with no legs and arms and swims, is married, has children. Nah, you're not trying to, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear what you selling about, oh, this is why I can't do better. Oh, this is why I can't get out from my, no, I'm really not. I'm really not. And we have to stop this. We have to stop this. You have to be willing to look in the mirror and see you. You have to be willing to see you. And you have to be honest with yourself. How am I playing into what's happening to me? How am I responding to what's happening to me? What could I do differently? What could I do better? How do I overcome this? Because this idea of, yep, this is what happened, or so-and-so left me, so-and-so walked out, and this is why things are what they are, and I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. And I'm coming for everybody. I'm coming for my friends. My friends are sick of me right now, y'all. I'm coming for them. I'm coming for my family, my children. Like, no. Yeah, I'm compassionate. I'm kind. I'm going to listen. I'm going to, I'm going to support. I'm going to be empathetic to a point. And then it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. That's it. We cannot stay there forever. You cannot stay there forever and win. And if you don't know nothing about me, I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I was built for it. I was born and bred to win. So if you're not on that, we not a good fit. Like if you're not on the winning team, that I'm going to win at all costs, like it ain't over until I win. That's the team that I'm on. So if you're not on that, like if you want to stay stuck, if you want to, okay. And guess what? God even say you can do that. God say that you can stay stuck. You can keep doing what you're doing. You can keep crying. You can keep your head down. You can make the choices you're making. You can do whatever you want to do. So who am I to tell you different? But here's what you ain't going to do. Here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to keep coming around me. You're not going to keep coming around me talking about that. You're going to stay stuck over there. You're going to stay stuck by yourself. But I'm hearing this story over and over, and I'm hearing it from men and women. It's both. It's all y'all. It's all y'all. It's the men and the women. So the men, this would kill me about the men. The men is on the whole, Anita, she left me. She blindsided me. I didn't do anything wrong. I was doing all the right things and I was blindsided. The divorce blindsided me, or she left me. And, and I was blindsided and I was doing everything I was supposed to do. And, and she just left. She just left. Okay. That's the story. And again, that is the story that you tell yourself. That's the story that you live by. That's the story that helps you to go to sleep at night. That's the story that you want to believe that, I had no part in it. Forget the fact that relationships have two people in it, right? Two people are in that relationship. But no, you played no part whatsoever. I played no part whatsoever. Like, yeah, I just woke up one day and my wife left me and took the kids. I'm sorry, I'm just not on that team. I'm just not. And what I know about life is as long as we're breathing, and we're in relationship with someone else, we both play our part. And the fact that you don't see that part, the fact that you won't take ownership of that part, that tells me you're going to be in that situation again because you haven't learned anything. And it tells me that you like being the victim, that you honestly believe there's nothing you can do to have situations like that turn out differently. And so that tells me it's going to happen again, because you don't have any power over it. And these are the men, can I be honest? These are the men, I'm not getting married again. I'm not going to get married again. I'm not going to be with another woman. I'm going off on my own. I'm just going to use women for sex or use women for companionship, and I'm never going to live with a woman. I'm never going to marry a woman. And that's because you're the victim. You don't believe that there's something you could do differently. You could get new knowledge. You could be better so that the situation could be different. You honestly don't believe that. You don't believe that. So that's why you've got to put it on outside circumstances. You've got to put it on outside people. So you live by the mindset of, if I don't choose, if I don't pick, if I don't do this, or if I don't go here, or if this, then nothing bad can happen. Okay? And if you want to live that way, again, God says you can live that way. If you, honest to God, want to live like that, which is, to me, it's not living at all. It's not living at all. You're not going to initiate. You're not going to do anything. Well, I'm just not going to do anything. Whatever happens, happens. And, that's somehow going to protect you. It won't. It won't. And to me, it is an attitude of a weak-minded, weak person. Okay? It really is. Let me jump on the women. Fellas, y'all ain't alone. You ain't alone in the victim mindset. Let me jump on the women. And I, was with this guy, and, everything was great, and, we were having a great time, and, he was showing up great, and, I have these kids by him, or maybe, I don't have any kids by him, but, I thought for sure this would lead to something real. We would get married and this and that. And he just started acting up. He started, talking to other women, or he started cheating, or he pulled away, or he said, he don't want anything serious, or whatever the story is. Right. And please don't get me started on the women with the children. Like, don't get me started on that. I don't want to come for the single moms this early in the morning. But again, if you ever are a grown A woman and you say around me, he got me pregnant, you're going to get your feelings hurt. You're going to get your feelings hurt. So he got you pregnant? Really? That's how that went down? He got you pregnant. That ain't how that went down. You consented to having sex with this man, and I would even say quite a bit, because most of us don't get pregnant the first go round. Most of us, it's going to take a little bit. It's going to take multiple times for us to get pregnant. You had sex with this man multiple times. You did not do your due diligence. You did not make that man wear a condom. You were not on any form of birth control, or the birth control you were on was hit or miss, and you got pregnant. You got you pregnant. He ain't got you pregnant. You got you pregnant. And that's what you don't want to say. Okay, that's what's missing from the conversation. I consented to having sex with this man multiple times. I wasn't doing my due diligence, and I got me pregnant. So please don't ever fix your mouth, ladies, to be around me and say he got me pregnant. You're going to get your feelings hurt. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. But now it done went sideways, right? You done made all the bad decisions. You made all the wrong choices, and it went sideways, because that's what happens when you do that. And I, look at these men, and this is what be happening, and these men, and these men, and these men. But you didn't have nothing to do with that. You didn't have nothing to do with that. You didn't have nothing to do with the poor choices you made over and over. You didn't have nothing to do with the fact that this man showed you multiple times who he was and what he was about and what he was going to do. No, you didn't have nothing to do with that. And you kept choosing him. You kept letting him come over. You kept doing stuff for him over and over and over. But you didn't have nothing to do with that. You didn't have nothing to do with that. And yeah, he said this, and then I said, well, it ain't that bad. No, you had something to do with it, right? And y'all, I'm not telling you anything I have not told myself over and over and over. When I tell you Anita's made some stupid decisions, I made some stupid decisions. I look back and all I can do is laugh. Can I be honest? All I can do is laugh out loud at some of the dumb stuff that I have done in my life. Just dumb. Just stupid. Okay? I'm not a stupid person, but I've made some stupid decisions. And some of y'all need to say that. Okay? I made some dumb decisions. Okay? And I'm not a dumb person, but I make dumb decisions. Okay? Not no more. But can I be real? It's that victim mentality, though, that will keep you stuck. You will not grow until you have the chutzpah, the balls, the audacity to admit it was me. It was me. I made this decision. I chose this over and over. I did this. Okay? Yeah, she said, made my share too due to the weak flesh. Yes. And there's a scripture in the Bible, y'all. I used to read it over and over and over when I was younger. And it was, I don't know if it was written by Paul. I'm trying to think of who wrote it. I'm going to find it. But it was talking about how I want to do the right thing. I know the right thing to do. And yet my flesh is weak. That scripture, that described me. Like I was like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. I know this is the wrong thing to do. And yet my flesh is weak. Man, that never has the scripture been so true. But we have to grow. We have to call on God. And that's what I've done since then. I've just called on God. I said, God, just bridle my flesh. Bridle my flesh, Lord. Just take it away. Take it away. Take some of the dumb desires I have to do the dumb things. Take that away from me, God. I've had to do that over and over. But we have to make a change. And you're not going to make that change when you're stuck in this victim mentality. Somebody's doing something to me. Somebody's saying something to me. And this person, and they using me. But a lot of times, y'all, we're allowing this behavior. We're allowing this behavior. So you're being a good person, right? You're out here walking around being a good person. Oh, I think I'll do this for this person. I think I'll say that. Okay. But if you don't get a good reciprocal response, guess what? The first thing you got to do is stop. Stop. You just stop. You stop giving. You stop doing. You stop allowing that person to use you and take advantage of you. But no, what do y'all do? Well, I'm going to keep doing it. Oh my God, they screwed me over again. Well, they need this. Oh my God, they're not appreciative. Like, no, it's you. It's you. You ever heard of this expression? Now, I'm old enough that, we use this expression all the time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Some of y'all need to know that expression, and you need to live by it. If it keep happening over and over, it's you. It's not them. They are only doing what you allow. But I'm going to tell you this, there's plenty of people. They stop working with me once I hold them to task, once I start holding them accountable, and I say, hey, this is you. This behavior continues because of you. And you know what? God will deal with that person. There are a lot of bad people out here, manipulative people, bitter people, people who use people. There's a lot of bad people out here. Like, that's it. That's nothing to, be upset about. But what you need to do is protect yourself. What you need to do is be a good person, be a kind person. I'm a wonderfully kind, empathetic, compassionate, loving person. Oh my God, I want to see people win. I believe in people's potential. And I want to connect with good people. And I'm going to keep doing that. Nothing is going to put out my flame. Nothing's going to put out my light. Nothing is going to put out my light. But guess what? I know who to shine it on. So if I'm a candle and I'm going around people that keep trying to blow that flame out, I remove myself. Because I'm going to shine. I'm going to shine. I'm going to be that light. But see, now I know, remove myself from people. There are some people in this world that don't want you to shine. They don't want that light. And they want to use you. They see you're a good person. They see you're a positive person. They see all that comes with you and all that you can bring into their life, and they will use you. But you got to have the wisdom. You got to have the discernment to leave those people alone. You got to be willing to see people for who they are. But if you keep blaming everybody, if you're the victim all the time, if stuff is just happening to you, I'm blindsided. Like, I'm just like, oh, God, this person is not going to grow an inch if they stay right there. You're not going to grow. You have to be willing to take your part in it. And we all play a part. I played a part. God knows I played a part. I have been used and abused and stuck around far too long. I've made some really bad choices, and I reap the consequences of those bad choices. I've said some stuff. I've done some stuff. I've gone against my values and my morals. It's me. It's me. That's what gets me into trouble. It's me. But guess what? Once I take that responsibility, I can now get out of trouble. I can have a whole different experience. I can have a whole different outcome. Okay, God following you gets bland sometimes. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah. But see, the truth of the matter is, now my life is boring. But you know what? It's a peaceful life. Boring life is a peaceful life. We got to stop calling it boring and start calling it peace. And you gotta check yourself. You gotta check yourself. Why do I want the drama or the stress or, all of the nonsense? My life is peaceful. My life is peaceful. So yeah, I don't see it as boring. I see it as peaceful. I want a peaceful existence. And, I'm good. I'm good. With age comes wisdom, or at least it should. So, but that victim mentality is not helping you. It's not. You got to get stronger. And so many reasons why people jump on this bandwagon. So many reasons. And a lot of it's, I hate to say it, but it's mired in your childhood. It's mired in, feeling like people owe you something, feeling entitled. If you were neglected as a child, if people didn't pay attention to you, if you didn't get the love and the care that you needed, if people didn't see you, if people didn't hear you, there's a part of you that, you're wired to blame other people for why you're not happy. You're wired to blame other people for why your life is in the state that it's in. But guess what? Your life is going to stay right there until you believe in your sovereignty, until you believe in, I am responsible for my life. I've got to do something better. I've got to be better. Yeah, that's it. That's it. But guess what? Here's the remedy. You've got to see you. You've got to hear you. You've got to love you. You've got to pay attention to yourself. And see, what a lot of those kids do is they become these people-pleasing adults, these let me bend over backward adults. Let me prove that I'm lovable and prove that I'm worthy. Let me do all this stuff for other people to get them to love me. To hell with that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do for me. I love me. I'm going to show myself how great I am. I'm going to do things for myself. And guess what, y'all? This is what the gag is. This is what the gag is. I remember when I woke up to this, I was like, oh my God. When you love yourself, when you treat yourself well, when you have high standards and values and morals and boundaries, that's when people start coming out of the woodwork to do it for you. It is mind altering. When I figured out that when I stopped chasing after people and running after people and looking for their approval and people pleasing and doing for them, when I actually just started doing it for myself and having standards and boundaries for myself, people came out of the woodwork to do for me. They were like, oh my God, she's someone that, I should do things for. She's someone that I should give to. She's someone that she's a big deal. She's a big deal. That's what y'all don't realize. Like, you've got to do that for yourself. And watch what happens. Watch how the energy shifts. Watch how people are like, oh my gosh, I should know this person. I should talk to this person. I should be with this person. I should give for this. I should give to them and do for them. And oh my God, this person's that's how it works, y'all. But everybody's flipped it on its head. You running after them. You doing for them. And then people are like, oh, not her. Look at how needy she is. Look at how desperate she is. See, that's why people be doing you like they be doing you. Okay? But please focus on yourself. I know I do. And look, people love to say, I'm an Aquarius. I was born in January. And people love to say how aloof I can be. And that aloofness, or they say cold or aloof or just, but I'm going to keep it real. I care less. Like, that's what it is. Like, there's a part of me deep in my soul that just cares less. I just do. You have to give me a real reason to care. That's what they're feeling. That's the energy they're feeling coming off of me. Just so I could care less. You got to give me a good reason to care. And if you don't, okay. Like, that's it. And people say, oh, you just look intimidating, or you look, I don't know, like you just don't care, you're cold, or just, and it's like, you gotta give me a reason to. Like, I am a warm, loving, kind, empathetic, compassionate person. People, it's hard to love people. Like, I'm gonna be real. I do love people, but it can be hard, especially now. But I see potential in people. I like to inspire people and speak life into people. And it's more or less like this. I like brave people, right? That's something I figured about myself. I figured that out about myself all these years. I like people who are brave. I like people who are courageous. I like people who, regardless of how it looks, they're going to put themselves out there or they're going to try. Those are my people. So if you see me out and I seem intimidating or you shirk, you shirk away, shy away, you're not brave enough to approach, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good because you're not my people. Like, I like people who are brave. I like people who are courageous. I like people who see walls and try to scale them. They try to climb them. Like, those are my people. Those are my people. They're going to make stuff happen. They're strong. They have grit. Those are my people. I figured that out. It took years. It took years. And I said, no, I'm not running after anybody. If that person is not brave enough to rock with me, if that person is not brave enough to, I'm good. I'm good. Right? I can't give them my strength. They got to come with their own. So do I approach people all the time? All the time. People that I want to know, men, women, all the time. That's what I'm made of. That's what I'm made of. Closed mouths don't get fed, and you have to go out here and get it. I go out and get it every day. I'm in people's inbox all the time, trying to get on podcasts, trying to get on shows. I got a show idea right now I'm going to flush out over the rest of this month, and I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to pitch it to anybody who will listen, because that's the way to get ish done. Okay? You have to be brave and bold. And at this age, y'all, can I keep it real? Now, I don't approach men now. Don't get it twisted. I don't approach men. Okay. She said I approach anyone I like. I don't approach men. I flirt. I flirt with men. And that gives them the green light to come up to me. I don't approach men, but I flirt. Okay. And I can teach y'all some of my flirting techniques. But I don't approach men because I'm the girl. Remember that. I'm the feminine. I don't approach men. I approach people to meet them as friends. I approach people for business. I approach people for whatever opportunity I feel like is there. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to pitch my idea. I'm going to pitch it to whoever will listen. I think it's a great idea. I think, I really do. It came to me. I feel like it was God inspired. So I'm like, okay, I see you, God. You giving me this great idea, and I'm going to flesh it out. Okay? I'm going to flesh it out. But I like boldness. I like boldness all day long. I like people who are strong and courageous. They make it happen. They have something they want, and they make it happen. And like I said, when it comes to the opposite sex, I make it happen by flirting. I don't have to run after no man. I don't have to approach no man. I flirt with men. That is the difference. Okay. That's what a lot of women don't know how to do. See, when you're approaching men, you're in your masculine energy. When you are flirting with men, you're in your feminine energy. When you are fun and free and light and having, funny, and you are sexy and sensual, see, that is your feminine energy. But when you're like, ooh, yo, you look good. Oh, what's your name? And can I have your number? Or will you take my number? No, you're in your masculine energy. Ain't nothing cute about that. So no. Okay. Well, this victim mentality, it's gotta die. You gotta bury it. You gotta bury it. So if it will be, it's up to me. That's your mantra. If it's gonna be, it's up to me. And I need you to take on whatever percentage of responsibility that is yours for even the bad things that happen to you, right? This is a highly spiritual concept, and everybody's not going to get this, and that's okay, but I'm going to share it. I believe that spiritually, we choose the life we come into. I believe that we choose our parents. We choose the hardships and the bad things that happen to us. On a metaphysical spiritual level, that somehow deep in our subconscious, deep in our spirit and our soul, we know the trials and tribulations we must go through in order to self-actualize, to become ourselves. A lot of people, they don't want to hear that, right? A lot of people, they push back. They don't want to hear that. I didn't choose this. I didn't choose this sexual abuse. I didn't choose the rape. I didn't choose the drug addiction. I didn't choose. Again, not everybody's going to fully understand that. But it's like on a spiritual level, we are subconsciously choosing the life that we're in. And I believe it's because God knows that we're going to overcome this thing. We're going to overcome it. We're going to overcome it. We have to, right? We have to. And once you can wrap your head around that, you will overcome it. You will. This is just one more thing for me to move past. That's it. That's it. But there's some deep spiritual concepts that I believe, and I know it's hard. It's hard to teach people these concepts because, you know, we've been through some horrible things. People have been through some horrible things. I've witnessed it all the time. As a therapist, as a counselor, I mean, you would not believe the stories that I hear. And yet, I believe in the human spirit. I believe that God resides in all of us. We're stronger than we know. And so we got to reach down within us and we got to find that strength and we got to put it into practice. Yeah, what we focus on becomes who we are 1,000%. See, these are the spiritual concepts that a lot of people, they don't know, or when you share it with them, they don't like it. They don't agree with it. Okay. And I let people stay where they're at. I let them stay where they're at. Yep. So I'm good. Like I said, I'm never going to push what I believe or what I know to be true on anybody. But I do know that God has given me an assignment to share it. So I'm not going to shut up about it. But it's up to you what you're going to do with it. Do you think it is too late for some people? It is too late when you are in the ground. When you've met, let me take that back. Even when you're in the ground, even when you've met God, it's technically not too late. Because the Bible say that once Jesus come back, that people will be resurrected. How about that? It's still not too late. But as long as you on this side of the dirt, as long as you breathing, oh, heck no. Heck no. I want y'all to look at the list of all the famous people who didn't become famous or wealthy until they were 50, 60, 70 years old. Didn't start acting, didn't start writing, didn't start doing whatever business. It's never too late. I'm on this side of the ground. So, yeah, the opportunities are abundant. Yeah, I don't know about that. We are all victims, 400 years of history to show it. I disagree. And that's what I started this live with, that if you have that mentality because of the color of your skin, because of your ancestry, because of whatever happened to you, see, you are limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. I don't believe in that. I don't. I'm not saying it didn't happen. Of course it did. It's a fact, right? I believe in facts. I believe in things that happened, but am I a victim of it? No, I don't. Because like I said, I'm sitting here talking to people all over the world on a tiny screen. Okay. I'm sitting in a car that I own. I'm about to go into a business that I own. Life is good. Okay. So I don't. The current society has allowed people to play the victim instead of in the old days, you move on or put on your big boy or girl pants. The world doesn't owe you any understanding. I agree. But see, that's a lesson that people my age and older, we understand that. Like we know that, but these younger people don't know that. These younger people do not know that. When will you hold white supremacy accountable? White supremacy is called none of my business. And that's just something, Henry Fogel, that you and I will disagree on. It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, I'm good, right? I'm open to the thoughts and opinions of other people, but there's certain things you're just not going to change my mind on. And that's okay. And I don't want to change your mind. Like what you believe is what you believe. Like this is the level of tolerance that I think people need to start having. That if people want to, believe something different than you, okay. Like I said, that don't make me mad. That don't make me want to change your mind. That's called your life. That's called your business. But no, white supremacy is none of my business. Until it comes knocking at my door and wants to kill my children, then it becomes my business. But for right now, in 55 years, that's never happened. It's called none of my business. Like I have a life to live. I have a ministry. I have a voice. I have something that God ordained and put inside of me that I have to share with other people. That's my focus. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on all that other stuff. I'm focused on the thing that God downloaded inside of me to share with you. All right. She said, I'm going to an acting party next week. Excellent. The real question is, how long will I block my purpose? And that's a lot of us. Oh, he said, anytime you want to debate me, let me know, I'm available. It's not up for debate. It really isn't. It's not up for debate. It's not. It's just, like I said, that's not something I think about at all. I don't. And for 55 years, I've been relatively good. So it's not something I want to debate. Victimization is a choice. What we choose drives us. Agree. What you're doing is siding with the white power structure. Nope, it really isn't. I'm just focused on me. I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on what God put in me and downloaded in my spirit and what he has ordained me to share with other people. That's it. So that's it. I'm not siding with anybody but God. That's the side I'm on. Y'all know this about me. Don't do that. Y'all already know what it is about. Come on now. Yeah. Nope, it will never be a debate, sir. It's a waste of my time, my energy, my effort, my breath. I could spend that time making money. I could spend that time doing something to help other people. Can I be honest? I'm not going to waste 5 seconds on that conversation because there's other things, more positive things that I need to be focused on. So, yep. All right. I have got to run in here and get something to drink. Okay. God is our boss, not nobody else. Hold yourself accountable for your own actions. Okay. All right. I got to get going. Thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. I appreciate you all. I appreciate your support of the platform. I woke up to about 30 DMs in my box and about 150 comments that I need to look at. I can only imagine what those comments are. I posted some content last night, so I can only imagine what some of these, I'm trying to prepare myself for these comments and these DMs. But I have a long day. I have a long day today. So again, we're going to see if I get to them today, but have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. I appreciate you all. It's a beautiful fall day here. It's a little cold, but enjoy your day. We got to get out of this victim mindset. Okay. You have sovereignty over your life. You have the ability to make things happen. All right. And I want you to take that bull by the horns and create the life that you love. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, stay open to love.